Welcome back. We are looking at the T4E Train for Engagement TPM1 today. It's been around for quite a long time, been around for 3 or 4 years now. I don't know why we haven't got around to looking at it, but we got around to it eventually. There it is. Also available in black. It's just the slides are different color. So the top slide is all aluminium. The bottom is a high grade polymer. And like I say, the lines are reminiscent of the Glock. It's not a Glock replica by any stretch of the imagination, but it does have looks that are similar to it. This one's F-stamped, so it comes in around about under 5 joules, fires at around about 300 foot per second. There's the magazine for it. Holds 8 rounds, and you can use rubber or you can use paintballs. You will need to change the spring if you're using a heavier round. Let me just show you how to do that. This clip here on the bottom pushes all the way forward. It does come off, just takes a bit of persuasion. Just note where that piece sits, like so, that don't lose the wedge. Spring goes in. So the wedge, the thick wedge, is facing to the rear of the mag. So where the 12 gram is loaded in, keep that in place with our finger. Push that over. On it goes. To load it, catch comes down. That's it. 8 rounds go in, like so. Most of the mechanics of the TPM1 are found in the magazine, which is great. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with the old RAM series, the Real Action Marker series, but basically the mechanics, the basic top half of this magazine used to be situated in the gun. So to change any seals that were malfunctioned in here, you had to strip apart the gun, which was, trying to find a polite word for using it, not very good. To puncture the CO2, again, it's all in the magazine. You get what looks like a chopped in half Allen key. You pull this back a little bit as well, and that allows you to adjust the adjuster. I just grab a 12 gram. We're using one that's already been punctured because we don't want it to be live in there. And that's good to go. Usually if you're using a live 12 gram, you'll just hear it. You'll know it's ready. When you've loaded it, release the catch, and then the balls can't escape because they're under tension and they're pushed up to the rubber detent at the top. It's a good tip. Don't leave the catch on with it loaded, otherwise it will all come out. But then again, don't leave the catch released if you're not going to use them, within a 20-30 minute time period, otherwise the balls will deform. So that would be ready to fire. Simple case, in it goes. Weapon would be live. You've got similar features to a real firearm, so when the mag's empty, the slide catch comes in place, holds it in place, and then the gun can't fire until you've either reloaded or just deactivated that slide catch. One thing which is a very rare issue is occasionally you'll get the firing pin which sits in the top slide of the TPM1, same with the PPQ, same with the Smith & Wesson, same with the Glock 17. You've got a firing pin that sits in there. Occasionally, on rare occasions I should say, because it is rare, is that pin will snap. Very easy to get to. You've got 2 push pins. So make sure you're smacking the rounded end, not the crimped end, or it won't come out and you will have a good cry about it. So after a sweaty effort, both push pins are out. Using the right tools on the right surface, a lot easier than it was for me. And then simply that top half comes away from your plastic polymer grip. And then what I tend to do, I slide that forward, that comes out, and then all of that can come out. Very easy to clean and maintain then. And then you have the firing pin. You have access to the firing pin. What I tend to find is sometimes you'll find that these have Loctite in them, they're Loctite in. If the firing pin is broken and you're just doing a straight replacement, then what I tend to find is I'll heat that up. Sometimes I'll use an alcohol spray, but usually I'll just heat that up. That's enough to melt the Loctite that's in place, and then it's very easy to do, very easy to replace. And simply putting it back together is just a reverse of what we just did. So internals go in. There's only one place that they can actually locate. Pull the slide back. Pins go back in. Gun's maintained, repaired, good to go. Mag in. So we'll go and shoot it. We'll go and find out what sort of range it does, what it chronos at. Before we do, if you could like this video and subscribe, that'd be great. So let's go and take it outside. Love shooting this thing. Effective range is anywhere between 40 and 50 feet. You get around about 30 shots per 12 gram, 30 effective shots per 12 gram. Great at shooting either paint or rubber rounds. Cannot complain about this. It's as good as everything else you find in the Umarex T4E range. So performance-wise, it's almost identical to what you'd expect to get with the PPQ, what you'd expect to get with the Smith & Wesson, what you'd expect to get with the Glock 17. Internally, these things are very, very similar. So the range you get, the power output you get is almost identical. So love shooting this thing. Hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.